you what I need. Right, yeah. I really need China, 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 China. I really need China, 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 China.
What's up, y'all? It's me, it's Mel with the Lip and Gap, Mel, the Lipstick Diva. I hope y'all can hear me. I got my mic on. I just wanted to try it out to see how it sounds. So hopefully I got good feedback. Anyhow, so last night I was reading about this situation where 3 Americans have passed away in Mexico in an Airbnb. And it got me to thinking, like, what's going on in Mexico? Because you do hear about how high the crime rate is. I even tried to find out, like, overall how many Americans have passed away in Mexico, regardless of what it may have, like, the cause of death. I really couldn't find much information, but I did see, like, between the year 2016 and 2017 that about 238 Americans had passed away, but I didn't go into the breakdown of how. Now, in this story, I got my article from People's, which of course they do have the articles on Neighborhood Talk, our favorite, gossip outlets. Now, let me say this. Yes, I have traveled to Jamaica solo, which that is a country that the United States at one point in time said reconsider travel. The difference is in Jamaica, they really be having crime amongst each other. And if you stay in a tourist area, you don't really have too many complications versus in Mexico, Gerald. Like, it's different from what I have researched and looked at. It's very different. And I know that some of y'all have visited Mexico, had a wonderful experience, and you have some others that didn't have a great experience, being held for ransom, encountering robbers, and some not even making it back to America. Now, I have not heard too many stories in Jamaica, but it is possible. So I'm not putting one country down for another. And I'm sorry, y'all, if I keep touching the mic because my hand keeps wiping it. Anyway. So it says Mexico City authorities are investigating the incident further after autopsy reports cited carbon monoxide poisoning as a possible cause of death per reports. 3 American travelers found dead at their Airbnb apartment rental in Mexico City Tuesday may have been killed by by inhaling the gas. Bloomberg reported Wednesday that security guards at the complex in the LA Rosetta neighborhood reported a strong smell of gas to police after the bodies of 2 men and 1 woman were discovered. The autopsy reports also cited carbon monoxide poisoning as the possible cause of death. Per Bloomberg, through Mexico City authorities are said to be investigating the incident further. The American travelers have since been identified as Candace Florence, 28, Jordan Marshall, 28, and Cortez Hall, 33. The trio were in Mexico capital city for Dia de los Muertos, which translates to Day of the Dead, a national Mexican holiday celebrated November 1st and the 2nd. We can confirm the death of 3 U.S. citizens in Mexico, a State Department spokesman told People Tuesday. We are closely monitoring local authorities' investigations into the case of death. We stand ready to provide all appropriate consular assistance. Out of respect for the privacy of the families, we have nothing further to add at this time. On October 30th, Candace reportedly talked to her boyfriend on the phone, told him she wasn't feeling well. Norfolk, Virginia news station Wavy.com reported Tuesday. She then began to get sick and the call dropped. After he was unable to get a hold of Candace, her boyfriend contacted the Airbnb host and asked if they could check on the 3 tourists. Authorities arrived and they were all found dead. The travelers' families have since spoken out on their tragic loss. My phone was about to die, y'all. The travelers' families have since spoken out on their tragic loss. Jordan's sister, Jasmine Marshall, recalled finding out the heartbreaking news via social media on October 31st. I saw my brother's name and I read it and my heart sank. And the hardest thing was to break the news to my mom. An emotional Jasmine told CBS affiliate WTKR. Jordan's mother, Jennifer Marshall, said the family still have no confirmation about how he and his friends died, telling WTKR the Mexican police were not very forthcoming with information. Also, the language barrier was incredibly difficult as well. Jordan's body has arrived in his and Candace's home state of Virginia. Candace's body will also arrive in Virginia soon. The family plans to hold a candlelight vigil on what would have been her 29th birthday on Thursday, November 10th. Wow, y'all. Cortez's mother shared that he was a social studies teacher at KIPP Memorial School in New Orleans. It's been so hard, she told the outlet. We tried calling back over there for the funeral homes because of the language barrier and stuff. You cannot get anything through or really understand. Added, Cecilia, I would hate to see any parents go through what I went through with my son. I didn't expect to hear this about my son. No one expects that. People reached out to Airbnb for comment, but not immediately hear back. Wow, 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 y'all. Very sad news. Let me say this. In foreign countries, you do see on the Airbnbs, it will say that they do not have carbon monoxide detectors. I'm trying to think back to my Airbnb. Y'all, I don't remember, but I remember it mentioning something about it. But that's something good to have in your Airbnb because you might not know that you're smelling this specific gas and know that you need to get out there, right? Everyone is not familiar or aware because in our modern homes, in America, we typically have those detectors or have someone come in to check those things, right? It's just very sad news, y'all. This doesn't deter anyone from going to Mexico or any foreign country, but always do your research and make sure that you're staying somewhere that you will be well protected. But at the same time, y'all, this can happen anywhere, right? We don't have confirmation that that's really what it is. I know from what I saw on other news outlets, the family wants to see if it was any other foul play because some of them do not believe it was simply carbon monoxide poisoning, which I get it because it's like, how? So many people go to Mexico and what's up? But at the same time, so many people go to Mexico and they don't make it back. Y'all, I want to send my condolences to the family. Man, y'all just be careful out there. It's me, it's Mel with the Lip in the Gap, Mel the Lipstick Diva. Peace out, y'all.